listening to Angel Talk with Sue with your host, Sue Broom, on Thrive Talk Network. Sue, take it away.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome everyone, and happy Monday wherever you are listening. And I really still would like to know, and I'd like to hear where people are from. So if you want to put it in the web chat, that would be awesome, or you can put it on Thrive Talk Network's Facebook page, or I also have created a special group called Angel Talk with Sue. And that's what you're listening to live today and every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. Today, I do have a very special guest, Miss J. Grayce, and I have chatted with Jay over the phone lines every once in a while, but I have never met her in person. So this is going to be very exciting for everyone listening to find out a little bit more about Jay. So are we on, Miss J. Grayce?
Yes, I am so happy and excited. I told you before, I normally don't do the guest thing, and so I'm very, very humbled and appreciative that you had me on your wonderful show.
Oh, thank you. Well, and the first question that I do have to ask, because sometimes I call you Jay, sometimes I say J. Grayce, which one do you really prefer?
I like J. Grayce. I prefer J. Grayce. But most people say J, and that's fine with me. But I would love people to use the Grayce because I love that name. It is not the name that I was given. It is a nickname, and it has special meaning for me.
Oh, that's very nice. Do you care to share what the special meaning is?
Yes. Well, I always loved the name Grayce when I was a little girl. And then after some people know who follow me, know that I'm a rape survivor. Well, after that, in my near-death experience, I sort of felt like I wasn't myself anymore, and I started reading scripture and other forms of religions and texts, and the word grace popped up a lot for me during that time. And I had this beautiful dream where I felt the whisper of the Creator saying, now you are grace. You have grace within you. So when I started broadcasting, I knew I didn't want to give my name, my real name, so I knew that I wanted to put Grayce in it, so that's why I put J. Grayce.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
And as you're saying it, I'm just getting the chills just running down from head to toe. Ooh. I love that. I know. I love that when that happens.
I know. I get those sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's so good.
Oh, yeah. Because, it just really shows that you are in tune. You are listening to the guidance that you're receiving. And wow. And Grayce, I love the name Grayce as well. I love grace and ease.
Yes. I love it too. Louise Hayes has this affirmation. It says, I live my life with grace and ease. And it's become sort of my mantra as well. And God knows I need it sometimes.
Did you feel like after you started going by J. Grayce, did you feel like your life really did take on a little bit more gracefulness and just more of a flow to it?
Yes, I do. I really do. I felt like, really like it was an opportunity to recreate myself, to become who I really was meant to be, as opposed to who I was supposed, someone else was telling me I should be.
Mm-hmm. So it was really an opportunity to be you.
Yeah, exactly. To embrace my grace within me, which we all have. I think that's the whole thing. I think that sometimes most of us think about it. A lot of us were given names. Your parents select a name, and I'm sure not the only one. I've met a lot of people who say, I just don't like my name. They'll have a nickname or change their name legally, whatever it is, because they never really felt like it was them. So I think that a lot of us feel like we're told who we're supposed to be, and I think that's part of being humans. is that we sort of get to learn who we really are. And
Yeah.
I think that with everything that I've gone personally and I observe from other people, I've been really blessed to have the opportunity to say I want to sort of let myself be me.
Yeah. So I saw a posting on Facebook today, and they were saying, were you named after anybody? And if you were, who was it? And, what was the inspiration for it? Mm-hmm. And I wasn't, that I know of. However, I know that I was almost named Wanda. Now, can you imagine if my name was Wanda Broom? Seriously?
Yes. Oh, that is. And when I heard the name Wanda, which is a lovely name, I don't want to offend anyone that's named Wanda.
Right, absolutely.
But I just don't see you as Wanda. For some reason, Sue sounds perfect for you. I don't know why, but it does. Some people get it right. Did you like your name?
It's never really. I haven't disliked it. I haven't loved it. Some people call me Susie Q. Yeah. I have a few people, and one of my brothers still calls me Susie, which I'm totally fine with that. But yeah.
For a long time, Sue, I know for people who follow both of us, you use your picture of you spreading your wings up high, which I love because Mark will attest to this. We had a radio station in New York, and it was called Grayce NYC, and part of the logo was me doing the same stance that you're doing. Everywhere. And so I was always curious, what inspired you to do that? I mean, was it spontaneous, or what was that about?
I think that there was a picture that I had taken by, whoever was passing by, because I was by myself, and I was at Sedona at one of the, pull-offs, and I just felt the sun shining on me, and I felt so good, so I did that, and I love that. And actually now looking back at some of the pictures that I absolutely love about myself, that's what I did.
Oh, okay. It's beautiful. Yeah. I love it. It looks like you are having fun. I'm looking at it right now because I'm online on Facebook for anyone that's listening.
Well, see, so when we finally meet up, because I know at some point we will, yes. And Mark, you can take the picture. We need to stand side by side with our arms up.
Both spreading your wings.
Yes, yeah, I can't wait. I love it. We want to go so bad because I have not been to Sedona, and I know that's one of the places that everybody tells me, "Oh, you're gonna love it. It is such an interesting, different energy there." So I'm sure we will.
It is, and there's, since I've been here, I don't go as often as I thought I would, but there is it's one of those things where when I'm coming around certain corners and I start to see the red rocks, that I don't ever want to lose that excitement. It's just like Monday mornings when I wake up. This morning, I'm laying in bed. It's like, okay, what day is it? It's like, oh, it's Monday! Yay!
I love that. I have to tell you, one of the things that I really enjoy of being part of Thrive Talk Network is working with you. You're just a blessing to the station. We really, really enjoy working with you. Mark enjoys it. Diane, of course, does too. So we're very, very blessed to have you in our team and our family. And because you could just feel how much you love what you do. And it's contagious.
Yeah, I can't imagine how you can possibly feel this excitement that's overflowing. Okay, so we're going to turn it back to you, little woman here.
Did you notice what I was doing? Damn it.
Oh, I totally got it. It's like, okay, yep, I'll let her do one more. It's like, no. Now let's turn it back around because, you already slipped away one of the things that I would like to ask you about is your near-death experience.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with talking about it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Well, before I even get to that, I'll backtrack so that you can feel the whole story. I decided to move. I'm from New York, and I decided to move to San Francisco. I one of those. Oh, look, my phone is on. Turn it off. Bad.
That's just confirmation that you need to tell the story.
Yes, yes, exactly.
To never tell the boss to turn her phone off.
That's right.
I should know better than that. So I decided to move to San Francisco. It's a place that I had gone on vacation several times and fell in love with it, and I just felt like this is something that I needed to do. So I did, and I was very excited. I was having that sort of, for those who know, Mary Tyler Moore died this past week,
yeah.
and I just loved her. I remember being a little girl, watching it in reruns, and just I loved it. So I had my Mary Tyler Moore moment. I'm going to make it after all. I was going to go out there, and I actually did do the tossing of the hat at one time.
I love that.
It fell right on a big thing of wetness, and I couldn't use it anymore. But I had that moment in San Francisco where I was like, yeah, I just got a job, and I have my own apartment, and I'm feeling really good about myself. But before I had that moment, I was searching for a job, and I had one, but I needed a part-time job because it's very expensive in San Francisco. It's one of the most expensive cities to live in besides New York. Figures I leave New York to go to a more expensive city to live. So I had a full-time job, but I needed a second job, and it was near where I lived, so I thought it would be perfect, so I didn't have to walk that far. And in that job interview, I was raped during that interview, and by the person who was interviewing me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So obviously that is devastating. So I was really, really just broken. Mm-hmm. And I tried to do the right thing, which was okay. I reported it to the police. They were supposedly taking care of that, and I was going to go on with my life and work and just get through it. But I was deeply in denial and depressed. And I had a history of asthma, severe asthma, since I was a little girl. I mean, to the point where I was in a coma at 8 years old. And they told my parents, I don't think your daughter's going to make it to her 9th birthday, so why don't you take her out of school and take her to Disney World, because this might be the last year you're going to have her. And which they did. Thank goodness that didn't happen. And I had a fairly, normal childhood. I was sick, but I wasn't dead. So after the rape, I really made a conscious decision. I said, I cannot live this way. I don't feel like myself. I don't want to live. So what I did was I started really just not taking good care of my physical body. I was working constantly. I wasn't eating. I knew that if I kept doing that, eventually my asthma would kick in and take care of it for me, which is exactly what happened. I had a severe asthma attack, and they took me to the ambulance, and in the hospital, I remember the doctors telling me, oh, we're putting medication, it's in your system, it's going to take some time, but you're going to start breathing better. I knew that it wasn't working. For some reason, that was not happening. And I remember, the last thing I remember is me reaching out to the doctor. She had her back towards me, and I wanted to sort of reach out and let her know that it's not working, whatever they were doing. And that was my last memory at that time.
Wow.
It turned out that I was pronounced dead for almost 4.5 minutes, clinically dead. And then when I came back, I remember everything. I did remember everything. Now, as time has passed by, it's not as intense. But I do remember the experience. It was a wonderful experience. I know that a lot of people share that have gone through it. I didn't have the white light tunnel thing. I didn't. Mm-hmm. But I do remember no longer being in my physical body and still existing. I remember just absolute acceptance and love. I felt just so free. Just, when we're talking about being yourself, this was exactly who I was. Pure perfection, no worries, no insecurities, no fears. There was the absence of pain is how I describe it. Just complete bliss. And I didn't see it with my physical eyes, but I felt other souls around me, sort of there, loving me, accepting me, and being part of a real community. I wrote a book and described it a little bit, and I felt like, when you go to a really good seminar or workshop and you're really excited, and they have, your orientation package, and you're signing and filling out some papers, and you're so excited. That's how I felt. I was like, yes, I made it. I'm here. I'm home. I could think about my parents, and although I knew they weren't there and they weren't going to be happy that I wasn't there with them anymore, there was this sense of knowing that it's okay. They're going to see me again. It's all right. And I couldn't feel their pain, which is something that I normally, being on Earth, I always was worried about, if I die, they're going to be devastated. And I couldn't feel that when I experienced the near-death experience, which was, to me, really when I realized, oh my God, I'm in heaven. It must be, because I just can't feel their pain. And then I just got the cosmic boot. That's how I describe it, where I was like all excited, and all of a sudden I just felt this push, and I was pushed back into my body, and instantaneous. It was physical pain again. It was just just intense sounds. The machines in the hospital and ICU, everything was extremely intensified, and I knew I was back, and I was not a happy camper. I really, really wasn't. I remember I was intubated, so I couldn't really speak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the nurse, it was a lovely nurse that I could hear her voice because I had my eyes closed, and I couldn't speak. And I remember, because I was intubated, I was fidgeting, I would imagine, so they gave me morphine. And morphine can give you a reaction of a side effect as to wanting to throw up, which is really a difficult thing when you have a tube down your throat, not a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I was trying to explain to the nurses that, I think I'm going to throw up. But they couldn't understand, so they just kept pumping me with more morphine, which was even worse. So when I finally was myself and I had the tube down my throat, the lovely nurse, I made a gesture of writing something, this, can I write a symbol? And the nurse came over and said, oh, do you want to write something? And I nodded, and I wrote. I don't know how I wrote it, because like I said, I couldn't see. But she managed to read it, and she's like, I said, I wrote to the effect of, I just wanted to throw up, so why are you pumping me with more morphine? And then I went back to sleep. And then miraculously, I have to say, the doctors were very, we have a call. Are we taking calls too?
That would be entirely up to you.
I don't mind, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
All right. Caller, you're on.
Hello, caller. This is Sue and Jay Grayce on Angel Talk with Sue. You're live.
Hello, Sue and Jay Grayce.
Oh,
and it's better to be live. I figured you would remember that voice, Jay. And I know your husband's there, so I'm going to keep it on the up and up.
Paul, you're a big guy.
I was so happy to get your email that you were going to be on the radio. Jay and I go back, I don't know, how long ago was it you interviewed me, Jay?
Oh, my God, that was around 2010. So, yeah, almost 7 years, yeah.
6 or 7 years ago on the Lower East Side.
Yep.
And we sat there. I mean, it was great. I have a lot of wild experiences.
Oh, sure
you can probably figure out from my voice. But this was one of the greatest. It really was.
It was.
Hearing Jay and watching her, what she's come through, which is, really each of us has our own plate, I think, that we're given whenever this whole thing begins, and whatever power you do or don't believe in says, this is yours, pal.
Yeah.
work on it till I decide to take you.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Paul, Sue is a very talented and gifted angel card reader, and she's part of the station, and she's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, she really is. And Sue,
I am, Paul. I'm truly amazing.
and humble. Humble is the word.
Well, humble is very important because that's one of my strengths. Actually, I was going to talk about humility today, but I didn't think there were enough people listening.
There's 3 or 4 more of you guys.
But Sue, Paul has, his own story. Like you said, Paul, we all have our own story. And how are you doing, Paul?
Thank God, Jay, since look, every day is an adventure in my life. But a year and a half ago, I became a grandfather.
I know.
Believe
I saw
it
the
or
pictures
not.
on Facebook. Congratulations.
Oh, did you? You're one of my stalkers, huh?
Yes, I follow you. I stalk you all the time.
Yeah, no, actually, my son gave me this most beautiful grandson, Joseph. And now, the way most of my friends do it, or actually the way his parents did it, is they're getting married in June. That's the way you do it. You have a kid, a year or two later, you realize you're still his parents, then you get married.
That's right. That's right. I love it. Well, that's amazing. Congratulations to the family and the addition.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And life is good, I don't have any issues. I talked to our friend John this morning.
Oh.
He's on the West Coast.
Oh,
with
nice.
some friends of mine. He's out in Vegas, and I think he's going to Japan or something.
Wow.
But I'm going to start. How often are you on, Sue?
I'm at 11 or 1 p.m. Eastern time every single Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Yep, every Monday.
All right. Because normally I have a business luncheon between 12 and 1, which I canceled today because of this.
Well, see?
I know. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. And Paul, now that you're on air, hopefully you'll be on my show because I would love to have you back as a guest. And I know we've been been able to not do it, but hopefully we'll be able to do it soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're in Florida now, on the West Coast?
Yes, that's right. Sarasota.
Okay. Well, I'll take a cruise over there with my current wife, and maybe we'll spend the weekend.
That's right. I would love that. Are you kidding? Mark is a great cook. I'm volunteering Mark to cook.
I'm barbecuing, Paul.
Yeah.
No, I remember Mark. He liked me.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Mark,
I was respectful in the studio.
Always.
It's one
like your
of
friend
my
John.
downdays, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But anyway, this sounds great. And Sue, I'd certainly love to get to know you better.
Well, I'm going to be on Jay Grayce's show
That's right,
on
next
February
Thursday.
9th.
That's right.
Okay,
Yes.
well.
So you'll
Mark
have a
makes it up
chance.
here.
So
Jay,
tune in
make
and
sure to
listen.
send me an email about that.
I will send you a reminder, sir, and make sure
A
that...
reminder, and this way I can listen to Sue, and we can have, I know this is a sensitive topic here today, but it would be sort of a menage a trois.
Oh, Sue, he will get you all the time. You got to be careful with this one.
Yep, I hear. Oh, thank you so much for calling, Paul. We really appreciate that.
Yes, we do,
Well,
Paul.
I'm enjoying listening, and remember, take most of what I say with half a grain of salt, and as long as you keep smiling, that's the answer to the deal.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Paul, for
Thank
stopping
you.
by.
All right, God bless you, girls. Jay,
God
great
bless you.
speaking with you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Good job.
All right.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay, Miss Jay Grayce, I think, is this a good time to take a break? And then when we
Yes.
come back, we'll
Finish
we'll
the
have...
near-death experience.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
So you are listening live to Angel Talk with Sue, 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. And we will be right back with our special guest, Miss Jay Grayce. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jay Grayce, and I'm really excited about a new show with our host, Sue Broom. Her show is Angel Talk with Sue, and it's going to be Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Her debut is this coming Monday, so join her. Thank you.
Hi, this is Grayce, and I'm really excited about a new show with our host, Sue Broom. Her show is Angel Talk with Sue, and it's going to be Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Her debut is this coming Monday, so join her. Thank you.
In these challenging times, everyone needs a little guidance. The Virtual Psychic Fair is a once-a-month special online event where you can get the expert guidance you seek. Visit us at the Virtual Psychic Fair, www.virtualpsychicfair.com, or call toll-free at 888-626-7386.
Hi, this is Grayce, creator and host of Thrive with Grayce. This is a live variety talk show program that I'm very excited to produce for you. It's all about entertaining and always encouraging you to live the thriving life that you deserve. Remember, that's Thrive with Grayce, Thursdays live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it is your time to thrive.
And you're back with Angel Talk with Sue, with your host, Sue Broom. Sue?
Thank you, Mark. And yes, today we are have a special guest, Grayce, and she is talking to us right before we took a break and a caller. She was talking about when she was raped, as well as a near-death experience, and how she got the cosmic boot and was slammed back into her body. So, Grayce, would you like to finish your story?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know. So yes, I was not a happy camper when I came back, and I made sure that everyone in the hospital knew how unhappy I was. And actually, Sue, one of the things that I didn't mention is that for years, since I knew that I had a really bad condition with asthma and that my mortality was always in question, I was one of those weird people that at the age of 21 had a do not resuscitate, a DNR, living will. So in New York, I had it for several years. And when I first moved to California, I had the application, everything signed, but I didn't have an actual physician to sign it. So it was never signed. Had it been signed, then I would have not been here. Because,
wow.
Yeah. So, so that was, my mental state was always, if I was ever in that situation, I should not be revived. That was always my stance. So, and then after experiencing the wonderful experience that I had, which is just bliss, pure bliss, and coming back into pain and just disharmony, I was not happy. So when the doctor who was responsible of bringing me back came into the room, he was very proud. I was like, who was responsible for bringing me back? And I remember his face, Dr. Brown, and he was very proud, like, yes, I did. Expecting, a normal response, which is, thank you so much, doctor. I was like, why did you do that? And you should have seen his face. It was like, well,
probably a little flabbergasted.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's wrong with this girl? Normally everybody's so happy about it. And, when I explained to him, had I had someone sign this, I wouldn't be here. Well, he told me, well, you did it, so here you are. And it was a very, very hard thing for me to deal with, because I so longed to just be at peace, and it's exactly what I experienced. And that's why I was compelled to write about it as well, because I know a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people who are depressed, clinically depressed, and have this dance with death and living. And my background is I've been a counselor. I've been a holistic counselor now, and worked with victims of violent crimes for almost 30 years. So this is something that I used to do before I even became a victim myself of rape, which was interesting for me, because the things that I would advise people to help them cope with whatever trauma they went through, I was very intellectually cognizant of, but I was not able to implement in my own healing. And
Right.
that's why I always was very spiritual as a child, but that certainly helped me in my own search for wellness back after the trauma. And that's why currently now I do practice holistic therapy, which is basically utilizing healing arts, energy work. For me, writing was very, very cathartic and very therapeutic for me, and also dance, yoga, art, all the things that brought any kind of joy into my soul was what I used to help me, along along with just traditional talk therapy as well.
What was the name? You said a couple times you've said the book that you wrote. What's the name of the book that you wrote because of it?
Okay, well, Paul, for tying it all in, Paul actually is part of the Thank God I book series, and he wrote his experience as well, and I'm part of it as well. So it's part of the Thank God I book series that I shared my story.
Got it.
Mine was Thank God I Was Raped, because it allowed me the opportunity to sort of really become the person that I feel I was supposed to be. And that's
Right.
really the philosophy behind it, that through adversity and through something so horrific or traumatic that goes into your life, this might be an actual opportunity to find joys and blessings and gifts that you didn't even know you had within you, that you can share not only in your own healing, but to help other people in theirs.
Well, and also, I mean, it's so obvious to me that you're supposed to be here, woman.
And thank you for saying that. But I remember when people would say that to me, like, there's a reason for you to being here. And I was like, oh, really? But yes, no, I do now. I'm in a place right now, thank God, that I'm able to really accept that and understand that, yes, I am supposed to be here. And it's a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I know that we are supposed to connect, just like you're excited to have me on the radio show. Well, I'm excited. I know you guys know that. I'm excited to be here too.
Yes. And you're going to be on my show next week. So for those who are listening, please, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday, February 9th, Sue will be my guest. So
Yay.
It will be your turn.
It'll be my turn. So while we've been chatting, there's also, I believe, a message on the website that I'm hoping one of you can read off and share with
Mark
us.
is gonna go there.
I'll take it. Thank you.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, Paul says hello. And this is from Thank You. Hello, Jay. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your inspiration and positive energy. We've been Facebook friends for years now. During that time, I've reached out for help a number of times. You've always been there with kind words, prayers, and all the energy you can send. I feel you are the living embodiment of an angel not many people have heard of, Anand Kel, the angel of grace. Keep doing what you do. You help more than you know. God bless.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
That's how they sign themselves. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, well, thank you.
That's beautiful. An angel of grace.
I like that.
How perfect.
I like that a lot.
Now, I want you to
Sue?
Sue?
the energy of the angel of grace in.
Oh, I didn't hear. You got cut off from our side. What did you say? Yeah, that's weird.
The person that wrote in called you the angel of grace.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to breathe that energy in. Do you feel that?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
I am getting just a major energy running through my body right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, absolutely. And that is one of the reasons you're still here.
Well, thank you, Sue, and thank you for writing those beautiful words. Yeah. And what's the name of the angel that she mentioned, Mark?
She said Angel of Grace, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's. What is that?
Annankel. Annankel.
Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't.
She said it was
She
what?
said it's an angel not too many people have heard of. Annankel, the angel of grace. We're going to have to Google.
Well, we shall Google it.
It's always interesting. I've done meditations where I have people go in and find the name of their own, one of their own guardian angels, and they'll come up with names that's like, well, I've never heard of that. You got to go Google that.
And I'm always trying to, like, I think on one of your past shows, I think someone had asked, or you had talked about it, about finding your own, the name of your guardian angel. Mm-hmm. And a few years ago, I had interviewed a talented psychic, and one of her gifts is to tell you who your guardian angel. And she says, one of your guardian angels is named Charlie. And, I sort of heard it, and okay, and that was it. I didn't really absorb it. Mm-hmm. And when you started the show, when you had mentioned about guardian angels, and to sort of ask about it in your sleep before you go to sleep or whatever, and see what appears. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then maybe like a day later, or less than a day later, you mentioned the numbers 444 means angels. Uh-huh. So I saw something on TV, and in the credit, it had the numbers 444 and the name Charlie. So I was like, and Mark is looking at me like I'm an idiot because I'm running around like, oh my God, that's my guardian angel. It is my guardian angel.
Absolutely.
And he's like, okay, whatever, weirdo. But to me, I found it as validation and confirmation that, perhaps, what Celeste was talking about was right.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
And as a matter of fact, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as a matter of fact, Diane, our mutual friend Diane Garris, I've personally never met her. I've known her for over 10 years, as she was a guest on my show many times over. And I remember she did a private reading for me, and she said, oh my God, you have an army of angels around you. Because, you can feel them around you. And I love that. I was like, oh, what a wonderful feeling to feel that, to know that you're surrounded by angels, which we all are. I'm not special. We all have our armies of angels around us. And it gives me a lot of comfort to know that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that. But, just something that we can all do. If there's somebody that maybe they're not open to it, or they're sick, or they have, difficult things going on, we can always ask the angels to go surround them and stand so close that that other person will feel their love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
So, yeah.
There are times when I've been really, really depressed in the past, suicidal. And I've had experiences where I know there were angels that just came and intervened and really saved my life several times over. Yeah.
Yeah. Your personal army.
Exactly.
So we have another web question that I believe Mark is ready to read off for us.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right.
This is from Back Again 2 TOO. Hi, Jay. I have a question for you. I know your NDE story well, and near-death experience. Okay. About 2 years ago, I experienced an NDE also. I do not have much memory of it, except that it was beyond bliss. Ever since, I have been fighting depression. Any advice?
That's a very good question, and something that I can definitely relate to. Yes, and first of all, I'm glad that you're here. And I know that you're probably like me when I would someone would tell me, "Oh, there's a reason why you're here," and I would frown upon that, like you don't know what I do, anything. But it's a cliche, but it's true. There's a reason. And what I did was really sort of start writing, but you can find something that brings you joy. I always tell anyone, there's got to be something that might bring you joy. I know you might be totally depressed and things are happening and you're trying to understand. Perhaps you think this is a punishment, that the fact that you died and you experienced all that bliss and you came back and now you're being punished. And that's how I felt. I felt that coming back was a punishment, not necessarily a good thing. Feel it. You have the right to feel what you're feeling. No one can take that away from you, but you have so much to offer this world, or else you wouldn't be here. So I would suggest, if you don't have counseling, search for someone that can help you. Talk to someone who can, whether it's traditional or alternative healing methods, it doesn't matter. Whatever brings you joy. There's got to be something that you can think back and say, well, listening to music always gave me joy. I would recommend going to our YouTube station and even doing some of the meditations that Sue does. Sue does wonderful meditations. We have the meditations in the mornings, and they're fantastic. I use them, and it centers you, so it allows you that breathing opportunity to just be. So if you're feeling pain, you feel it. Sometimes we tend to overthink things. We tend to try to fix things instantly. And part of the process of wellness is experiencing what you're experiencing, not taking it away. There's a reason why you're feeling this, and you have the right to feel it, but just don't let it own you, where it defines you. And so I feel that depression is energy that's just condensed. It's just blocking all the other wonderful energy that you have. And Sue, if you want to intervene, of course, go in there and share your wisdom as well.
Well, I absolutely agree with everything that you're saying. I think the meditations that are out there, we call them meditate with the angels, but I'll tell you what, there is so much healing energy that is coming through the meditations, through the music, that's helping everyone clear away some things, but also, like Jay Grayce is saying, it's not that we just get rid of it. It's like we have to feel and experience it and integrate what is right for us. So integrate, maybe there's a lesson, maybe there's something that you need to know for future, and then let go of all the things that don't serve you anymore. So absolutely. And I think, I know that I have not personally had an experience like that, but I have had, we all have our things in our life that are going on that it's like, it feels like this is horrible. How can I make it through the day? Gratitude got me through some really tough times.
Yes.
Stopping and just saying, okay, what about this meeting, or what about this day, or what about this person do I appreciate? Do I have gratitude for? And then if there's 20 bazillion things that you don't appreciate, but there's one thing that you do, that's what you focus on. That's the thing that you focus on. And even finding the things about yourself that you're grateful for. And if you don't know what they are, then you enlist some of your friends to tell you several things that they appreciate about you. And then that's what you focus on.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so I hope that that helps. And like I said, feel free to contact Sue or myself or both of us. And just reach out. I think also when you're depressed, reach out to the people that care about you. Don't keep yourself isolated. That's the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for the question, and thank you for the, that was awesome.
So you're going to do a meditation soon, right?
I will. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes because I want to go back to see you, Key. No. This is easy. This is easy. The Thank God I book series that you were talking about. Tell us a little bit more about that because it's not something that I'm familiar with.
Oh, okay. Well, it was established by John Castanini. Paul had mentioned him about, gosh, I guess since I was involved about over 10 years ago. And basically his philosophy, his concept is, you know, we all have in our tragedies, these are opportunities to be grateful. And you mentioned just now how appreciation and gratitude is something that is really powerful. And that's basically what he's echoing. So he decided to share his own story. Believe his story was about losing his mother and how that really molded his life and he can be grateful and thankful to God that he lost his mother. And usually that's something that people will be like, why would you do that? But you'd be grateful for something like that.
Right.
And so other people started sort of sharing their stories. Mine was about the rape. Paul, I believe, was about substance abuse, and so many other people. I think he's up to his third book series. So I think you can probably find out about it and go to Amazon or online and find out more about it. And I was very proud of being part of it because when I wrote that, I was still in the midst of getting my shit together, as I would say. I was still dealing with depression. I was still dealing with a lot of things. So that gave me an opportunity to sort of just put it out there. And I think for me, just putting everything out there, it was me saying, you know, I'm not perfect and my life is crappy. And for those who knew me personally, I was always the one that had her stuff together. I was a counselor for many years, and, you know, even now today we were kidding about the fact that I prefer asking the questions than being on the hot seat because it gives me that sense of control, you know, that sense of saying I got it together. And so when that happened to me, it was a clear slap in the face and letting know that my stuff isn't together. And so for me, that was a very important thing for me to share that vulnerability, because I always wanted to be the one that felt like I got everything together. Don't worry about me. My life is falling apart. But what about you? How are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And no, we all need to take care of ourselves, and we don't have everything together. There is no such thing as perfection. And you know, I think for me that was a great opportunity. So the book allowed me to do that for the first time, to let people know. I had friends after reading the book and saying, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were depressed." You know, and I hang out with you all the time. I had no idea that you try to commit suicide. You know, when did you do this? I'm with you all the time, practically. So that was a very interesting time in my life. Do we have someone?
Actually, Paul wanted to mention that they were just featured in East Hampton and on Authors Night with over 100 other authors for the Thank God I series.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for sharing that. That's fabulous. Yeah. So everybody go out and check that out on Amazon, the Thank God I book series. That's awesome. Now, I want to mention one more thing, and then, yes, we are going to go into a meditation. You also said that you are finishing up a book called Getting the Cosmic Boot.
Yes.
Is that getting close? Is it already published?
No, it's not published, and it's there. And my husband, Mark, every time he looks at me, he just made a face at me.
She cannot get the ending done.
Oh, okay. All right.
One of those.
It's one of those writer's block things. I'm procrastinating.
Okay.
But I know it needs to be done. So I'm putting it out there, talk about vulnerability and accountability. Yes.
Put a time frame on it.
Put a time frame on it?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the spot.
Thanks a lot,
Oh. Hey, we did not cook this up.
That's true. No, this is impromptu.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, universe. Well, it's what, January? How about 6 months from now?
Okay. I
All
like that.
right.
6 months from now. You can ask me about it, universe.
All
6
right.
months from now.
Well, and how about now as we're doing the meditation, how about you set the intent that you will finish it. The inspiration will hit you and you will sit down and away you go.
I like that. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that. Thank you.
Too. All right. Well, thank you, Jay Grayce. This has been so much fun.
Yes, thank you. It flew. I had no
It
idea.
totally flew. It totally flew. And I know that I'm going to be on your show next Thursday, February 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I hope everyone will listen and we'll
Party.
we'll have a party, and then Jay Grayce can go back to being in control.
Yeah, be in my comfort zone. Yes. But I have to say, before you start the meditation, thank you. Like I said, this was a wonderful thing, and I wanted to do it because I know it's not something that I'm comfortable with. And I think this is always a great opportunity to sort of stretch yourself and push yourself, especially when you're in the comfort zone. Is an opportunity to learn and to grow. So thank you for making it such a wonderful, wonderful experience.
You're welcome. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so as everybody's getting comfortable in your chairs, I do want to remind everyone too, I do have a special. If anybody that's listening would like a special angel card reading, I have $40 for 30 minutes. I'm going to put that plug out there. You can find me on SueBroom.com. And then I also want to make sure that everybody, in case you didn't hear it as we were talking, is aware of the Meditate with the Angels that's available on Thrive Talk Network every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. And then about midweek goes out on Thrive Talk Network's YouTube channel. And they are, okay, yes, I'm being humble here, but oh my gosh, there's so much healing, there's so much love that is coming through those meditations. So give them a listen. So for today's meditation, there's a couple of things that we've been talking about that I want you to breathe this energy in. So first, take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And get yourself in a very comfortable position, sitting or lying down. And if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. And another deep breath in. And exhale, releasing all of your stresses. And I would like you to consciously call on the angel of grace. You may feel loving energy surrounding you. You may feel a brush on your cheek or on your hair. And you may just feel the energy of pure bliss that Jay Grayce talked about. Just feel this energy. You may notice it just running through your body. Allow the angel of grace to step closer and come into your life, not just right now, but every day. Any other angels that you would like to step closer and be in your life today and tomorrow and every day, you can call on them. You can call on them by name, or you can just say, calling all angels, come be by my side. Come be in my life. assist me with what it is I need to know today. Can feel the angels closer. Can feel their energy, their love, their encouragement, their compassion. And the angels help inspire you each day doing what it is you are here to do. Whether it's writing a book, whether it's helping others in spiritual counseling, whether it's hosting a radio show, the angels can help and inspire you in whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe the inspiration is finding just the right words to put in your book, just the right words to help other people, just the right words to be the ripple effect of grace and ease that's needed. Feel the loving energy of the divine that is always with you. And feel the loving energy of Mother Earth that is always with you as well. Blending together with your true essence. Allowing you to know that it's okay to be who you are. That it's okay to just be you, not what anybody else thinks you should be. Allow the shoulds in your life to wash away. Allow those to just fall away as one of those things that no longer serves you. Know that you are the inspiration for someone else, and you can be the inspiration for yourself as well. Allow the angels to assist you with this. Feel their loving presence. Feel the energy from head to toe and all around. As you go about your day, feeling lighter, you may even have a smile on your face that people will wonder if you have a special secret. The angel's love is always there. The divine's love is always there. Mother Earth love is always there. We have all of this loving support for whatever it is that we are tasked with for the day. I want you to breathe that energy in, thanking all of the angels that have been with us, and thanking yourself for allowing this time, this special moment, to be in your day. Allowing yourself to take care of yourself. So slowly come back into your bodies. You can wiggle your hands and toes. You can feel the chair beneath you. Maybe you want to wiggle your head side to side. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. You've been listening to Angel Talk with Sue, 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday on Thrive Talk Network. And if you enjoyed this meditation, there's Meditate with the Angels, 7 a.m. Eastern every day on Thrive Talk Network. Replays are all on Thrive Talk Network's YouTube channel. Angel blessings to you. Thank you, everyone.